Well, welcome everybody. We're going to get started on our webinar here today, how to take control of your online reputation and drive more sales in your landscape and hardscape contractor business. My name is Josh Blakely. I am the owner and founder of Landscape and Hardscape Contractor Marketing, and it's our goal to make sure that your business is earning return on investment, growing, and that's what these webinars are all about, is giving you practical tools to implement and put into place in your business. So let's get started here today. So firstly, a little bit about this, a little bit about our business. It's these webinars, we tend to focus on one aspect of the marketing programs that we actually put into place with our clients. And it's called the accelerated growth model. There's a few stages here today, but here we're all about the reputation. So in this case, obviously, to get people to leave reviews in your business, to get someone to be in a place where they be sharing something about their experience with you, that lead has already come through the process there. So once the lead has come through the process there, you've completed the job or you're providing an ongoing service for them, we want to then make sure that we're maximizing that experience with the customer. So this falls into the maximized conversion aspect of our accelerated growth model, and it's all about reputation. And when we say reputation here, we're predominantly focusing on the online reputation of your business. But of course, like everything that happens here, is flowing into the physical space as well. And that's where you really get some great options for word of mouth referrals when you've got that reputation built up online and in person. So let's dive into this a little bit more. And there you go. You can see a little bit more detail about this method here, the roadmap, and the maximized conversion section there. We're focused on the reputation. So it's all about driving more online reviews from your happy customers and develop a great relationship online without having to beg them, without having to chase them down. We're going to be diving into a lot of automation here on how to actually do that. Okay, and then a bit of an overview of actually bringing those customers to you. We have the digital dominance method, which we start here. We're bringing people into your business through these different methods of online marketing. And if you don't have all of these in place, you can see that there is room to expand into some of these different areas. You may be doing one or two, or maybe you've tested some in the past. Maybe you're doing things yourself. Maybe you had someone else running them for you, but they weren't the best. But these are tried and true methods, and when they're done the right way, can maximize your lead flow into your business. So there's a rundown of just where this training is coming from, and then it's part of what we do as a business here. So to make the most of this, let's make sure that we have our full focus. If you're serious about implementing what's in this webinar here, let's make sure that you're paying attention and asking questions as needed or responding, because that way, when you're fully committed to listening to what we're going through and making notes, putting into practice what you see I'm about to present for your business, you're going to get the most out of this. Great. Okay, so some of the things we're going to cover today, firstly, is just strategy, automation and tools, and then there's some really practical things that are really going to maximize the reviews you're bringing in. So first part is you might have a system already that you're paying for. Perhaps it's not even being used properly as well. And there are some things that can really bottleneck getting 5-star reviews if you're not using that system correctly. And also, you can automate getting reviews from people, but the second part is that human component of it, of what's going to actually happen to drive that person to take the step and leave a review for your business. So we'll be going into that. Then the how-tos, of course, how to use multi-channel communication. So, online, some big things right now. Your email, SMS are the key things online. But what can you be doing in the physical space to increase your review count? And then just, I touched on it just before, being able to make sure that the culture in your team is bringing about the want for someone to leave a positive review for your business as well, and how to just bring in a culture of 5-star service, reminding customers that that is what you're striving for and that you want to give them the best experience and project outcome, and how your team can jump on board with that. Then it's not always the great reviews that come through. Unfortunately, that's the part of doing business. Not everyone is going to be 100% happy with services across the board. But why it's important to acknowledge those negative feedbacks or constructive feedback as well, no matter how you might feel about it and if it was warranted or not. And then I just want to outline what we're doing because we have some really powerful systems in place in our own business that we use for our clients, combined with a great strategy on how to bring in these reviews. I'll be showing that towards the end of the presentation. Okay. Now, why listen to me in this presentation here in this webinar? Well, we are a company that's specific to the landscape, hardscape, outdoor living industry. So it's our imperative. It's our focus here. We know the industry. We work with businesses across the US to get them maximum return on their advertising dollars. And at the moment, we're a part of organizations that are helping us do the best for that. We're a California Landscape and Contractors Association member. We're a part of Seven Figure Agency, which is an agency training group to make sure that we're at the top of our game. And this all contributes to giving us the opportunity to serve our clients in the best way. And it's our goal here that we're succeeding with you. We're making sure that you're hitting your goals, getting your high return on investment, and that people in your area love you, you dominate your area, and you're known as the go-to landscape and hardscape company. Okay, and some of our clients, like I said, we're working across the US here with some of our clients. We love working with them. Now, firstly, let's dive into now the online reputation. So why is it important? You can't ignore the online space. And, this is something that's been building and building ever since websites went up on the internet. And there was an opportunity there to have your customer reviews, testimonials written on your website. That's not something new. That's been happening for over 20 years as a possibility here. But now it continues to get more and more important. More people are looking online. There are more spaces online for you to showcase your online reputation. So it's time to make the most of it. Unfortunately, on the flip side of it, while you can choose what type of reviews and testimonials you show on certain platforms, an example is your website. Your website is yours to own. You can choose exactly what you put up on your website in that space. Some of these other online profiles, such as your Google profile, things like your Yelp profile, they can make or break your company if someone is choosing to leave a negative review on them. And if you're in a situation where you've had a negative review, I just want you to know that there are things you can do to come back from that. And the biggest way is just to positive review them. Getting more positive reviews, to push down negative reviews, build up your star rating is that step forward. Then the next part is I touched on earlier. It's impossible to please everyone 100% all the time. Unfortunately, there are some people who will leave a negative review. I've seen some terrible reviews left by clients, whether they even completed the service or not, left on some of our clients and other landscape businesses pages, and they can be so petty. But unfortunately, if it's a 1-star review, it's going to affect that star rating that you've got. But there's not a real representation of your business. So again, if you're in that situation where you've had that negative review and perhaps you've reported that review to Google. You've responded to that person. They haven't taken it down. It's not a true representation of your service. And again, if you're a business who's doing high quality work and you're looking after your customers, you should be having at least 10 more customers who've had a fantastic experience with you to outshine those 1 star petty reviews as well. So oftentimes we're seeing for businesses that actual star rating and those reviews left is not a true representation of your business and how you look after customers. So we're going to dive into how to get around that. And the other part is you might be paying for something, and you have a tool in place, or you've heard that you should have a tool, so you bought it, but maybe you've just not implemented it properly. Uh, it's one piece of the puzzle. So tools are important; they make our lives easier too. But if they're not being used the correct way, they're not going to work. Okay, now what are some of the negatives of not paying attention to your online reputation? First of all, it has this flow-on effect where it can go into your other marketing situations. Someone might see a negative review of you online, but then they see your truck, your advertising out in the neighborhood, out in the area, and perhaps they look you up. Perhaps that's a section there. Those negative reviews there might encourage that person to not actually want to reach out and contact you. I mean, hands up anyone who's done that with another type of business. You've heard about a business, but you've gone to take a look at reviews online, and perhaps it could be a restaurant. Someone has suggested a restaurant, and you've actually looked up the reviews yourself, and you've chosen not to go there. So there can be these real negatives of not paying attention to your online reputation. Then, if you're already paying for some advertising to drive people to your website, drive people to see your profile online, your Google profile, or other marketing methods. If they then go and see your reviews and they're not the highest rating they could be, then it might encourage them to go and speak to someone else. At which point, you've already paid someone to get to your profile first, but that review has actually turned them off, and that's absolutely not what we want. So combating that is so important. If you're not doing that, there is so much opportunity there. There is opportunity with every customer you serve to boost that up and to make you the go-to landscaping company in your area. Then you get to be the provider of choice, and you're going to stand out for your competition. Those 5.5 and above out of 5-star companies, you really do stand out for your competition. When people are writing reviews about your customer service, your communication, how you put them at ease, how you showed up on time, then they're putting up incredible photos of your work. They're smiling, they're happy. Your team might be even in the photo. You're going to stand out from what the other competition is doing. Okay. And then, like I said, the tools are out there, and there's a lot of them. We're going to go through what we use specifically. And in fact, we developed a whole system to help with this. Let's now get ahead of the curve here and actually make it easier for you and your team to request reviews. Have yourself be spoken for before people even speak to you in person. The benefits. If you're ranking higher because of great reviews, more people are going to see you. More people are going to click on your profile. More people are going to spend time going to your website, looking over the projects you've done, taking time to read through what customers are saying. All of these touch points is a marketing term where people are interacting with you and your brand. These are reinforcing to these people that you are the go-to company for this. So the more opportunity you have for this, we call it your conversion factor is going to go up. They're more likely to call you and fill in a project inquiry form. But beyond that, past speaking to you as well, if they've already built up this decision in their mind that they picked you out of other companies, your sales process gets so much easier. And this is how you become successful, by utilizing your online reputation. Now, do they matter? I've talked about a few things there. Here are some statistics to actually back up this. So, 84% of people trust an online review as much as they do a personal recommendation. Now, we're probably all aware the personal recommendation, which is a word of mouth referral, they are always the best way to bring in clients for you. However, the restriction on this is you just don't know when there's going to be a referral coming through. But if you're doing good work and you're looking after people and even asking for referrals, um, they they're going to come through, and you probably have some great client experiences of that. But check out this stat: 84% of people trust the online review. That is pretty close to that personal recommendation. And imagine if you had 40, 50, 60 of these online 5-star reviews doing that. Imagine how that compounds beyond just the one person recommending you through word of mouth. 77% of consumers think that reviews older than 3 months aren't relevant. So this is this other piece of data that is saying, and people know, companies change, management can change, the workers there, the people on the job can change, but relevance is key. And one of the things we do for our clients, we make sure that those reviews are front and center, but the most recent 5-star reviews are, because when someone sees there was a 5-star review written 4 weeks ago, they know in the moment you are the type of company that's providing these great services, up to date, and they can trust you even more. Now, Google reviews in particular is what we're going to be mostly focusing on here, because there are some really key parts of Google reviews that outshine things like Yelp or Facebook review. Let's dive into that. Firstly, on Google, on a Google Maps profile, when someone is searching for your business, they actually impact how you show up above other businesses. So Google is well recorded and well tracked. We see it all the time. One of the first things we do when we're working with a company from the beginning is put everything into place to build up these reviews, because the rankings are so important to getting seen, and your reviews are a key part of that. Did you know that Google actually scans through what people have written in their reviews and is matching that to the services on your website, matching that to the service you've got on your Google business profile? And if someone sees that a lot of people are talking about a backyard renovation or a driveway installation, and those are the types of jobs you're looking for, a patio installation, Google is more likely to show your business before other competition businesses when people are searching for those specific services. So, absolutely important for SEO rankings. 88% of people actually spend time looking at the reviews. So, just the majority of people, we know that people are actually looking at you online, and you may have had this conversation, and we've heard this conversation with a lead talking to one of our clients. Is one of the first things that sometimes people say is, I found you online, I found you on Google, you have a lot of great reviews, or I saw something that you did for someone else, can you do that for us? So people are doing it. 88% is huge, and as I talked about before, it's a massive conversion factor with someone choosing to contact you when those reviews are in place. Take a moment here. Think back to how you've been dealing with reviews in your own business, and have you been in control? Are you asking people? Do you have a situation in place where you've had a negative review? Do you have a system or a method in place to collect reviews right now? Take a quick look. Think back to your systems right now, and just do a review of what you're doing. Is there a point I've just gone through here that is actually going to provide you with a new avenue to bring in reviews or manage reviews? Okay, now we're going to dive into 5 key principles around this. So, first thing, first things first, you know, customers, you have to provide them with a world class customer experience from the moment they first contacted you. So, if they're speaking to you on the phone for the first time, customer experience, make it your 100% priority. If they submitted a form online, make sure you have an automation in place to automatically text them back and thank them for the inquiry. Someone's going to be in contact with you within 24 hours, maybe it's after hours. But make sure from that very key starting point of communication with your business, they're experiencing your customer service all the way through to project communication, handover, doing the final project walkthrough with them, however you're doing that to through to follow up. Very key. Now build it into your culture with your reviews and reputations here. So the first conversations with people on your team is that, hey, we want to provide a 5-star service for you. We thrive on our reputation in the community and online. We want to, let people know you want to be asking for a review at the end of the project, and that there's anything you can do to help them to to let you know. Keep reinforcing that. Have your team do that while they're working, speaking to the customers. Keep that at top of your company culture. Okay. Now, in the back end of your business, what you measure, inspect, what you celebrate, you're going to create more of. So if you have a culture in your team of celebrating these reviews, and some people in the reviews are mentioning specific people in your team, celebrate that. Tell your team this is the goal. We want people to be talking about you in our reviews. That's going to create more of that culture of amazing customer experience. Then make it easy on yourself. So uh, you can use tools to request reviews once a project is finished, of course, as well. But there are even potential if you've spoken to someone on the phone and perhaps you haven't been able to help them in the moment, but you've given them some good advice. There are also ways just to ask for reviews afterwards there and say, did we help you? Did we help point you in the right direction? There's still opportunities to collect reviews there as well, but all the way through to the finished project is going to be best because then you can leverage photos, video of that as well, and doing it in multiple channels is really key. So email, SMS is one. Physical, there are some really great physical ways. One of them is you can get the NFT cards, which is you have your review link attached to that card, and you hold it up to their phone, pops up on their phone for them to leave a review in person. That can be a great way. It could be done as a QR code. You have your business card, and you have a QR code on it, which links to your review section on your Google Business profile. Similar kind of thing. A customer can just scan that right away and do it. Or even if you save the QR code on your phone, they can scan your phone and do that. Those are some physical ways that can help leverage that too. And fifth one is just show them how you can help. Go above and beyond after handover. What else can you do to help? Are you going to come back and check in on things at a later date? These are all going to show the customer that you're not just finishing the project and moving on, but you're going to be there to help them. Future projects, family members that they know, word of mouth referrals. That's how to really maximize those referrals as well. Okay. And then the other one is when the reviews come through, just be sure that you're responding to them online. And there are some automations you can put in place here. But again, a lot of things, it just, a human writing it is going to be the best method. Not to say you can't use AI to help you, but automating it just with AI is sometimes not always the best choice. So we just covered 6 aspects there. Which one of those ones do you think you could improve upon? Okay, so here's some strategies. We're going to get to the real practical how-tos showing you here. So leveraging tools. Number one, to request a review after every job. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways in a moment on how to best do that for the Google Business Profiles. But you can request the tools with a lot of automation in place, or you can just do the old-fashioned way. Send a review link to a person. That's one way. The printed review card. I was talking about the business card before. Having that there after a job with the QR code is good, or even the link if people aren't quite sure how to use the QR code. But hey, we're post COVID now, so most people know how to use QR codes from having to dine in restaurants when things were shut down. Training your team. Plant the seed and deliver a world class experience. A summary of what I said before. Have your team actually say that to people. That it is our goal to make sure you have a 5-star experience with our company. What can we do to provide that? Make a call after the project to walk them through the review process. On that last handover that you're doing with someone, or maybe it's 30 days later you're coming back. Doing things like that in person are going to greatly improve. It actually gives you a chance to take some photos with the customer, perhaps with you and your team in the picture, which builds up brand recognition. Then celebrating the culture of collecting reviews and 5-star reviews in your business and using those different channels, email, SMS, applications, in-person requests is going to help you do that. So here's how to respond to every review. Make sure you have a system in place that actually alerts you when a review comes through so you can respond to it. Make sure someone is responding to those reviews, whether it's yourself or a team member. You can use AI to help with your response, but I wouldn't just blanket do an AI response. Make sure you're reading through it. And then the last one, really key, when you do get those negative reviews, see them as constructive criticism. Try and speak to the person to ask about addressing it. It might be a point after addressing it with the person or resolving it, they might actually take the review down. That's possible for them to do it. Do everything you can there to help rectify the situation, and then to take the constructive criticism and move on. Okay, now we're going to go through the good, better, best ways of getting these reviews. So the Google Business Profile link. Here's what you do. You'll go to a Google search, search for your business. Make sure you're logged in with your Gmail profile that manages it here, and you will see usually a little box down the bottom there I've highlighted saying, asking for a review. That is going to be a link, a pop-up that comes up here and just gives you that direct review link, and then you can just text it through or email it. That's a good way to get that link to people. The better way is to use automation, monitoring and automation. So this is our system, JBL Connect, that we use to manage things in our business and our clients use. It's very simple. Once someone's in the system, there's a one-click way to actually put them into a sequence for multiple reviews to be requested, which will follow them up until they leave a review. That's a really good way of doing automation. Now, the best way is a combination of that monitoring and automation, but then prompting and helping the customer, helping guide the customer on what you want them to put into the review. So reviews with photos are much, much, much more effective for anything where there's a visual aspect to what you're doing. So any type of outdoor living construction, this is key. So before and after photos are great. A picture with you and your team is great. But at the bare minimum, just some great photos. And they don't have to be professionally shot with a professional great camera. Our phone quality is so good right now. And when it's coming from the customer, people understand that. So, guide your customers to do that themselves too, and make sure you as a company that you're taking professional photos as you go as well for your other marketing areas too. And now people can do video for your Google Business Profile. Just keep it under 30 seconds, but videos on there for the review is possible. Very effective as well. have them just explain a quick detail of what was done and what the improvement was and how they're using it is another really great way. Okay, now how to respond to reviews. You can see a review here. This person has talked about what was done. Expectations were exceeded as well. Just make sure you respond promptly. This is a 3 month ago review, and the response happened very quickly afterwards. That is a ranking factor, so make sure you're doing that in a timely manner. Now, lastly, as we come to a close, here is if you would like help with this, as I said, this is part of our marketing packages here. So we're here to guide you, make sure you've got the best strategy in place, consult, give you the tools, the automations in place to do this. So if you would like help with this, we'll help monitor the reviews and reputation across all of your different social profiles. We'll make sure they're getting on your website if they're not already there, loud and clear for everyone to see. We can do the review response for you. And then we can help put these strategies in place for you to, in your team, get everyone involved. And we have some really, really detailed strategies around that. Creating a customer experience book or a board or someplace in your business culture, templates to do that. We've got some of those ones way. And we're always monitoring and seeing what are the best ways to bring in reviews, what type of reviews are going to give you the best rankings for SEO, best conversion factors. So we're at the cutting edge of that, and we always bring in those latest strategies to our clients. So if you'd like to do so, there's two things you can do. Firstly, if you'd like to schedule a call with us, you can do that through our website. There, we'll take a deep dive into your business and see where you're at and what your goals are. And then JBL Connect is the automations platform, which can do a whole host of another amazing things that are all about bringing return to your business. So if you're interested in taking a look at that, as well as its review request and referral request opportunities, you can go to jblconnect.com/overview and take a look at that as well. So there it is. I hope this webinar has been really, really beneficial for you, and it's given you some areas of your business to take a look at and implement ways to bring in reviews. I want to thank you for watching. This is Josh Blakely from Landscape and Hardscape Contractor Marketing, wishing you all the best. Thank you.